Yeah, well, I talked to a lot of city leaders, I talked to police, I talked to a lot of the businesses up and down Flagler Avenue, and it was a big deal. We've all heard the stories by now, right? You had a bunch of 14, 15, 16-year-olds who were being dropped off, and they were just roaming around town, jumping on cars, blocking traffic, and so that's why they had to put that curfew into place. The curfew is 18 and under, so minors have to be off the streets by 11 o'clock, and that's still in effect. When they put that into effect, Luann, it was a 60-day ordinance. And so what we're hearing now is it doesn't seem that there's a big effort or a big push to extend that ordinance, so it's set to expire on May 15th. So they're kind of wait and see what happens this summer to know if they need to put that back in place. But some of the city leaders I spoke with said that this was never meant to be a permanent solution, just to calm things down and see where we go from there.
Yeah, John, and I know some people are saying the fix to this problem is to hold parents accountable. So explain to us how that would work.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing that a lot of city leaders have told me and a lot of business owners have said is if you want to stop this, when you're talking about 14 and 15-year-olds, you need to hold the parents accountable, because there's no reason why the parents in this case should drop the kids off or get them hotel rooms here. And some people told me there were 20 kids in some of these hotel rooms that are designed for 4 people. Well, that's a recipe for disaster. So one of the things that's been floated is that you hold the parents accountable for what might happen here. I got the wording here. I talked to our Fox 35 legal expert. He sent me the parental liability law, which you can find on findlaw.com, and it says parents may be liable for negligent or criminal acts of their children, beginning when their children are 8 to 10 and ending at the age of about 18, or majority. That means parents can be subject to lawsuits or criminal sanctions if their children commit crimes or also cause injuries or property damage to a third party. Simply meaning, if you put in a penalty, thousands of dollars, right, and say the parents are responsible, one of the business owners says that will shut it off immediately, because if you're a parent and you think your child comes over here and damages a car or does property damage and you're on the hook for that, well, that's going to stop it quickly. But there's a lot on the line, so they're going to kind of see how it goes and maybe reinstitute it once it comes back around next spring break. But they calmed it down, and it's not too bad right now, but they're going to wait and see where it goes from here.
Yeah.
Right now on the Fox 35 News Edge at 8, a big send-off for a young sea turtle. We have this story of survival. Also, a body still unidentified, how a fire destroyed much more than just a building. And from the White House to the jailhouse, why convicted felon and former congresswoman wants her seat back. Central Florida's only primetime local newscast starts right now.
Fox 35 News Edge at 8 starts now.
First up at 8, a teenager's car attacked in a neighborhood in Sanford. Good evening. Thanks for joining me. I'm John Brown. 2 men were arrested for throwing a rock through a teen's window. They're now facing felony charges. Those men are reportedly in hiding due to death threats, and security is tight around that neighborhood right now, too. Fox 35's Vicki Carr breaks it all down for us today. Vicki. Thanks, Vicki. All right, take a look at this one. New video shows the moments that led up to an officer-involved shooting in Orlando. This video shows the vehicle passing an unmarked police car. Officers say that Carlos Roberts Jr. was the one behind the wheel. The officers then turn on their lights to pull him over, and then this happened. Yeah, you see it right there. That officer barely out of the car before the shots ring out. Well, they returned fire, and then Roberts takes off. He later crashed the vehicle, and then officers found him unconscious. Roberts later died in custody. Also, new developments. We're on the verdict watch right now. The fate of Danielle Redlick is now in the hands of a jury. She's the woman accused of killing her husband in their home in Winter Park back in 2019. Prosecutors made one final push to convince the jurors that Redlick murdered Michael in cold blood, but the defense argued that she killed him in self-defense. Fox 35's Randy Hildreth shows us what happened in court today. A health alert right now. New research from the CDC shows a 500% increase in the use of melatonin for children in just the past 10 years. In some cases, children had to be hospitalized due to overdose symptoms. A news alert today. A portion of that shooting that killed 2 police officers in California was caught on camera. The officers were ambushed after they responded to a call at a motel in the Los Angeles area. Time now to check out the stories making headlines online tonight. Your first one right here comes from ESPN, and this one reads, WNBA legend Sue Bird retiring after this season. She says, I'm going to miss it. Bird has been with the Seattle Storm for 21 seasons. Now, although she missed 2 seasons due to injuries, she's been a mainstay. She's been a 4-time WNBA champion and a 5-time Olympic gold medalist. At 41 years old, Bird is the oldest player in the league and has played a vital role in helping the WNBA gain a whole lot of popularity. All right, final headline today comes from right here, Fox35Orlando.com, and this one reads, Ryan Gosling as Ken in the new Barbie movie has the internet shook. A lot of people already consider Ryan Gosling a doll, right? Now he's literally becoming one. He's rocking the platinum hair, the denim outfit, and of course the chiseled abs. Margot Robbie is playing Barbie. The Barbie movie's set to hit theaters coming up in July of next year.
It is Friday, and that means John Brown is in your town this afternoon.
Today he is in celebration with the rest of the crew. John, some call that town Disney's dream. What do you think?
Well, it's totally true because this place feels like a movie set. You can see the Celebration Town Center right behind me, and this is loosely based off of Walt Disney envisioned as his hometown, Marceline, Missouri. It has that cool vibe where everybody kind of gets together. We've already met a lot of people here. See those girls right there? They're all from Brazil, but now they go to Celebration Middle School here. Their families all moved over here. So we've heard story after story of that, of people saying, I want to live Disney's dream, and they moved to Celebration. So again, we're going to do our 60-second history of this town, but this one doesn't go back too many decades because the town is, let's face it, it's kind of young. The history truly begins in 1986 as Disney executives look for a place to develop a new community. 1991, the Walt Disney Company announces plans for a community just miles away from the Magic Kingdom. 1994, the groundbreaking takes place for Celebration. 1995, the lottery. 1,200 people put down deposits of $1,000 for a chance to be one of the first homeowners in that community. 1996, the first family moves into Celebration and the golf club opens to rave reviews. 2003, Celebration High School opens after the town outgrew its initial K-12 school. 2014, the town begins seeing significant population growth, reaching nearly 10,000 residents by 2020. Yeah, so it really is a cool history, and we're going to find out more about the history. We're going to talk to a gentleman in just a bit who read an article in the Wall Street Journal and then decided he was going to move here. Like I said, it's a melting pot. I found some friends. Where do you guys go to school? Celebration! Yeah. The party has started in Celebration, and we have a lot more still to come here in Celebration. This area attracting a lot of high-tech jobs. We're going to take you inside Neo City straight ahead. And also, Osceola County, that's where we are. The fair just started. We're going to take you live to the Osceola County Fair in just a bit. We are in your town today, Celebration, right here on Fox 35. Say goodbye, everybody. My new best friends.
John Brown is always at the center of a good party. So typical, John.